All right, thank you. Thank you, ladies, for being here. All right. Seated at the
You.
Oh, somebody. All right, let me mute that. 1, 2. Okay, and muting you, Mary. Everybody's mute now. All right. Oh, and here are Carolyn and George. Need to mute them too. Okay, here we go. Seated position. You know the drill. Elevate your hips. Find a way that you are comfortable and that you're not rounding the spine. You're not feeling too much tension in your hips joints. And if you have any issues, always a good idea. Have your legs in front. Place something underneath you to release the tension in your knees. All right. From here, Sukhasana, easy pose. We're going to draw the shoulders up to the ears and then slowly release them down. Place the palms to your knees, soften your elbows by your rib cage, and lift the chest from the heart center. Just find that neutral spine as you draw the chin slightly back and then towards the chest to get that cervical spine nice and long. Soften the muscle of your face, your lips. Allow your tongue to drip down to the base of the mouth. Close your eyes or lower the gaze towards the floor. Let's all bring our attention to the gentle movement of the breath within the body. Let's begin by noticing the nose and both nostrils. Just pause there as you watch the air moving in and out, gently touching the inner walls of your nostrils. Just breathe. Taking the moment here to bring the attention to the inner walls of your throat. As you experience the breath coming into the nostrils, going down into the throat, you can feel the breath gently caressing the walls of your throat. Now bring the attention to the chest. Feel your lungs receiving the breath, moving the oxygen to the blood and then moving what is not longer good breath and away of the air moving out through the throat and out through the nostrils. Bring the attention now to the belly. Down the belly is where you notice the belly moving out with inhale, moving in with exhale. And from all those different places where you can actually notice your breath happening, even the shoulders and the spine, how they grow, the spine grows taller with the inhale, and as you exhale, how the spine softens. And the shoulders gently moving up a few inches, and then slowly releasing down. Just pay attention in one of those specific places where you can feel your breath happening. Concentrate your attention, your focus. And slowly begin to slow down that regular breathing pattern, changing from regular to long, deep, sweet, soft, in control breath. Slow it down, and your mind will follow. Few more rounds of breath, long, deep, and subtle breathing. With your next inhale, let's move the left ear to left shoulder. Inhale through center, exhale to the right shoulder. Inhale center, and just keep moving the neck gently from side to side. And perhaps you can notice how far down one ear can go, comparing with the other. Asymmetrical movements allows us to see imbalances on the body, where you are feeling more tension, one side or the other one side being weaker or stronger than the other. One more inhale, the head back to center, and exhale, draw the chin to the chest. Keep the chin in and rock from right shoulder to left shoulder. Gently, the head returns back to center, neutral neck, neutral spine. Lift the chin up. And from here, we're going to bring the chin up to the sky. Exhale to the right, to the chest. Inhale to the left and up, to the right and to the chest. One more round going in this direction, gently mobilizing the cervical spine, warming up the body. Inhale, going to the right and up. Exhale to the left and down. 2 or 3 more rounds, slowly moving your head, your neck, linking the breath with the movement, no rushing, taking the time, and the head returns back to the neutral position. Guide the chin slightly back, slightly down to your chest, find the lengthening. Take a deep inhale, lift the chin up to the sky. Through the nose, deep exhale, in control, lower the chin to your chest, stretch the back of your neck. Inhale, open the throat, gently lift the chin up. Exhale down to the sternum. Inhale to lift. Exhale down to the chest. One more time. Inhale, lift. And as you exhale, the chin goes down to the chest. Keep the chin tucked. Keep the upper spine nice and long, and place the hands to the back of your head. Elbows in. And as you exhale, guide the chin gently with the exhalation towards the chest. Take a deep inhale. Full exhale. And gently the head returns back through center, bring the arms down towards the floor, shoulders up, back and down, shoulders forward, down, back and up. And just moving shoulders up, back and down, rotating the shoulder joints slowly, forward, down and back. One more time. Inhale, shoulders up, back and down, reverse, up, forward, down and back. Bring the hands to the heart center. Take a moment here. Reconnect back with the breath. Slowing down the inhales and the exhales. And take a deep inhale. Interlace the fingers, straighten the elbows, round the spine, pull the belly in and stretch the spine in between your shoulder blades. Opening, stretching those intercostal muscles. Slowly inhale, lift the chest, lower the right hand down towards the floor, extend the left arm up to the sky, flex both elbows, and the spine is moving to the right. And inhale slowly back through center. Exhale, relax your shoulders and elbows, press with your left hip, and the spine goes to the right. And with inhalation, spine returns through center. And just keep moving, same way. Linking the breath with the movement, gently mobilizing the spine. Relax your shoulder, relax your elbow and hand. One more time. And then slowly come back through center. Lower the left hand down. So both hands either side of your right leg. Rotate the chest to the right slightly. And exhale, flex the elbows. Release the crown of the head towards your right knee. Keep your left hip down. Relax your breath. Inhale, lift the chest, place your left hand down to your right knee, right hand behind you, lengthen the spine, exhale, twist to the right, look over to your right shoulder. The twisting is happening from the waist up. Make sure your hips are down towards the floor and your breath is moving. Long, deep breath. Take an inhale and do the twist, return back through center. Inhale, arms up and overhead, hands to the heart center, Anjali Mudra. Interlacing the fingers, straightening the arms, round the spine, belly inch into the chest. Stretch again in between your shoulder blades. Take an inhale, return back through center, lower left hand down to the mat, reach with the right arm up to the sky, flex both elbows as you press through the right hip, your spine goes to the left. And inhale through center. Exhale, move the spine to the left. Back through center. To the left. And through center. Relax your shoulders. Move the spine, mobilizing those muscles in between the rib cage one more time. Back through center. Lower the right hand down, so both hands either side of your left leg. Rotate the chest. Exhale, soften the shoulders, soften the elbows. Forehead to your left knee. Keep your right hip down. Nice, long, deep breath. Slowly, with the inhale, lift the head, lift the chest, place your right hand down to your left knee, left hand behind you. Lengthen the spine, and with exhalation, the chin moves to your left shoulder. Hold in position, and not holding the breath. You watch your breath moving in and out. Take a deep inhale and gently return back through center. Shoulders up, back and down, up, back and down. Let's open the front of the chest, guiding the arms out to the side and all the way behind you. Interlace the fingers, straighten the elbows and move the chest away. And then slowly flex the elbows, relax your shoulders, lower the hands down by your sacrum. Inhale, move, straighten the arms. And gently release, let go. One more time. Inhale, straighten, open the front of the chest and slowly release. Bring the hands out and up and overhead. Lower the hands to the heart center. Interlace the fingers, soften the wrist, and let's rotate the hands and the wrist in one direction. Going into the opposite direction. And then slowly release. Hands down, shoulders up, back and down. Bring the hands behind you and do the crossing of the legs. Place the feet wider than the hips and let's mobilize the hips after being seated in Sukhasana for the first 15 minutes of the practice. So let's mobilize your hips here, your legs, and even the spine and rib cage are coming along here with this movement. Bring the sole of the feet together, but have a space between the heels and your pelvis Knees out, place the hands to your feet, relax your shoulders and elbows and gently guide the chin to your chest as you point with the crown of the head towards the floor, towards your feet. Feel and just try to soften, relax the outside of both hips. Gentle stretch of your lower back, middle back, and the back of your rib cage. Nice, deep, easy breathing. And slowly lift the head, lift the chest, return back through center, guide the legs together, drop the legs to one side, and let's find our way to tabletop position. So here I have my blanket or a towel. Just make sure you are protecting your kneecaps. I always say, even if you don't have knee issues in your knees yet, cover your knees, protect your kneecaps. So let's have our knees right under the hips and the wrist right under the shoulders. And we're going to rock the hips slightly to the heels, back and forth, just a little movement here. Gently stretching the lower back as we move the hips to the heels. Just move, rock back and forth, couple more rounds. Good, and then back to center. Let's move the hips in a circle, waking up the body still. To the right, to the heels, to the left, and forward, to the right, heels, left, forward. One more time. Going in this direction. Now let's go into the opposite direction. One round, and let's come back to center, tabletop land. Let's mobilize the spine, then the cat-cow Chakravakasana. Inhale, drop the belly, open the chest, look forward. Exhale, round the spine, belly inch into the chest, round the spine like an angry cat. Inhale, drop the belly, open the heart. Exhale, belly inching in, stretch the spine. Inhale, drop the belly, open the chest, look forward. Exhale, round the spine, and let's move the hips now to the heels, Balasana, Child's Pose. Elbows are dropping towards the floor, forehead towards the hands or towards the block. Don't keep your head hanging in the air. It's too much pressure for your neck and shoulder. Feel the stretch. Breathing here. And slowly bring the hands to your back to tabletop position, and then from here extend the left leg back and up. Flex your left knee, cross it over behind your right leg, and move the hips halfway down. Working with the hips today. Back to tabletop. Left leg goes up. Flex the knee, cross it over, and move the hips slightly back. Inhale again. Left leg back and up. Flex the knee. Cross it over, and then move the hips, and then gently holding position, relax your elbows, and just try to keep the hips even. So if you're kind of like falling to one side, adjust that, keeps the hip even, and you should feel the stretch on the outside of your left hip. Close your eyes, concentrate on the breath. And gently, let's come back to tabletop. Undo the crossing of your left leg. Flex your left knee. Step forward. Place your left foot and your left heel under your left knee. And the right knee slightly up and then back. So it's a nice opening on the right hip flexor. Hands to your left side and then move the chest away. So you don't want to be lean forward. You want to have the head pointing up to the sky, the pelvis and the hips moving to the front to IT bands to stretch the iliopsoas, and then bring the arms overhead, arms out to the side, and then interlace the fingers behind you, straightening the elbows and opening that front line of the body. The right hip flexor is deepening the opening and the stretch. Keep the breath nicely moving. Be aware of your inhales and the exhales. Slow the breath down. And slowly release. Arms out and up. Lower the hands down towards the floor, under your shoulders, and then walk your left foot. Bring the left foot to the edge of the mat. Left knee over to your left ankle. Right knee down, hands wrist under the shoulders, and we're letting go the pelvis towards the mat, and we're lifting from the chest. Soften your pelvic floor. Breathe through this. Take an inhale and move the hips back. Bring the left knee to meet your right knee, both knees under the hips, and let's all go back to child's pose. Take a moment. And slowly find your way back to tabletop position. Draw the belly into the spine. Now the right leg goes back and up, flex the knee, cross it over, move the hips halfway down. Inhale, return to table, the right leg goes back and up, flex the knee, cross it, hips to the heels, halfway down. One more time, back to center, right leg back and up, flex the knee, cross, and then release the hips down, relax your elbows, forearms towards the floor, and work now and stretching the outside of your right hip. Close your eyes, concentrate on the breath again. And gently, let's all return back to center and do the crossing of the leg. Right leg goes back, and then right knee goes under your right hip, left knee under your right hip. Step forward with your right foot. So right knee's over to your right ankle, and then the left knee moves slightly up, and then down. Top of the foot flat on the mat, hands to your thighs to gently move the chest away. Release the pelvic floor towards the mat as you guide the front of the hips to the front. Arms overhead. Exhale, arms out and behind you. Interlace the fingers, slide the palms down to get that nice opening again on the front of the body. Deepening the stretch on your left iliopsoas. That's your hip flexor. Let's keep the breath moving. Release the hands, bring the arms overhead. Lower the palms down towards the mat, under the shoulders. Walk your right foot to the edge of the mat, and then press the pelvis towards the mat. Lift the chest. Close your eyes. And concentrate here on the breath as it flows deep, full, open, subtle, and relaxed breathing. Up, one more breath. And the right knee comes to meet your left knee. Both hips are moving now to child's pose as you soften the elbows, forearms, forehead towards the mat. Take your time and breathe. On Balasana, let's find our way to tabletop position. Let's tuck the toes under, so the knees under the hips, tuck the toes under, and we're going to rock slightly back to stretch the arches of the feet. Back through center, keep the toes tucked, and then lift into downward dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Crown of the head pointing towards the mat, heels towards the floor, and the shoulders are away from your ears. There's an external rotation of your shoulders. Take a deep inhale, lift the heels up, lower the knees down towards the floor to tabletop, top of the feet flat on the mat, and then guide the right arm under your left arm. Right shoulder down, right side of the face down, and then with the left arm, you can wrap it around your back. You can keep the left elbow down and the forearm if that doesn't work for your shoulder today. Modify as much as you need to. Concentrate on the breath. If the breath feels deep, full, in control, and you relax, you are not forcing your posture. You are good. Just be there. If you have your arm down behind you, place the left hand under your shoulder and gently undo the twist. Tuck the toes under, tabletop position. Coming to downward dog, lift the hips, chin to the chest, shoulders away from your ears. Take a deep inhale, heels up, knees down, keep the toes tucked, move the hips halfway down, stretch again the arches of your feet, back through center, top of the feet flat on the mat. Now the left arm goes under the right arm, left shoulder down, left ear down, and then you wrap the arm behind your back or keep the elbow, the hand, and the forearm towards the floor. Just breathe here through your twist. With the next inhale, the right hand goes under the right shoulder. Let's come into undo the twist into tabletop position. Now tuck the toes under, move to downward dog, and from downward dog, walk your hands towards your feet. So when you get there, like me, maybe you need to move your blanket from your mat. The feet are wide as your hips, and holding from the opposite elbows, let's stretch the spine as we keep the chin in and the crown of the head pointing towards the floor. Just stretch the back of both legs, the entire length of the spine. And then slowly place the hands to your hips. Engage the core, engage the back muscle, and slowly with the knees slightly bent, come back up and come into the standing position, Samastiti. Hands to the heart. Relax your elbows by your rib cage. Eyes closed or gaze towards the floor. Let's reconnect back with the breath. Slow the inhale and the exhales deeper. Breath control. And then slowly release the hands down by your hips. From here, with the feet under your hips and down, arms down by your side, shoulders back and down. Let's rock forward and back few rounds, 4 times, just to check with our balance. Just let's do this. It's always nice, a good thing to do to strengthen those muscles on the legs, the Achilles tendon, the muscle of your feet. Slowly release it down. So now from here, let's stand with the feet wider than the hips. Rotate the feet out. And we're going to work on strengthening the hips and the legs muscles and the lower abdomen. So we're going to come into the goddess pose. With the inhale, arms overhead. And as you exhale, you flex your knees, you flex your elbows, and you lower yourself halfway down, goddess pose. Inhale, straighten arms and legs, reach to the fingertips, and then slowly flex the elbows, flex the knees, and lower. Inhale, straighten arms up, relax and lower into cactus arms as you release the pelvic floor. Inhale, straighten and reach. Exhale, flex and lower. 2 more times. Inhale, straighten both legs and arms. Flex and down. Inhale, straighten and reach. Flex and down, bring the hands to the heart center, holding position. Relax your shoulders, lift the chest, engage the core, the belly. Engage the inner thighs, take a deep inhale, straighten the legs. Lower the right hand down, left arm goes up and overhead. And we're going to straighten the spine and go to the right. And inhale back to center. Exhale, relax, move the spine to the right as you press through your left foot. And inhale through center. One more time, move the spine gently. Back through center, release the hand down, left shoulder forward, up, back, and down. Now the right arm goes up. Exhale, move the spine to the left as you reach with a hand. Inhale gently, return back through center, relax your shoulders and elbow. And moving to the left. And back through center, moving the spine in all different planes. To the left, back through center, release the right arm down, the right shoulder forward, up, back, and down. Inhale, bring the arms overhead, lower the hands down, bend the knees, holding position, goddess pose. Keep the breath flowing, activating those muscles around the hips, the muscles in your lower back, the muscle of your legs, and the lower abdomen. Take a deep inhale, straighten the legs, hands down towards the hips, shoulders up, back, and down. Release your shoulders. Now rotate the feet, and then bring the feet under your hips. Samastiti, hands to the heart. Let's take the moment here to reconnect back with the breath. Long, deep, full, gentle breathing. Slowly lower the hands down. Let's work with our balance pose. So the tree pose, Vrikasana. Have your weight distributed equally in your left foot. Let's have your hands to your waist first, and then extend the right leg out to the side. So the big toe of your right foot is touching the floor. Let's rotate that foot and slide and bring the heel to touch the inner part of your left ankle. Guess what? I always say this is a version of tree, and you are more than safe and should be happy just hanging out here in this tree position. But we have many other type of trees. We can bring that foot below the knee or above the knee. Never put your foot or any pressure on your kneecap joint, please. So you can now bring the hands to the heart center. You can grow the branches of your tree towards the sky. Concentrate maybe on a spot on the front of you on the floor where you can just keep the gaze focused there. But the important thing here is not just remaining in balance. The important thing here is to keep the breath flowing without compromising the quality of your inhalations and exhalations. Soften your shoulders, keep the core engaged, keep the breath flowing. And then slowly release the hands, release the foot. And let's place the weight on the right foot as we rotate and give a break onto your left foot, your left ankle, and your left leg. Just have some movement in that left leg. Just holding your body. And then the weight goes onto your right leg, hands to your waist. Left foot goes out to the side to rotate and guide the heel to touch the inner part of your right ankle. You can stay here. Welcome to your tree pose. You can bring the foot higher. You can bring the foot even higher into the inner thigh of your right leg. And then place the hands to the heart. Or grow the arms up to the sky again if you prefer. As you are working in your balance, getting stronger and more confident, the breath is constantly present. And the mind and the breath, that connection should be flowing back and forth. And gently release the hands, release the left foot, and let's rotate the right leg in one direction, going into the opposite direction. Give a little bit of shake here. And we're going to come to the back of the mat. So with the feet wide as the hips, we're going to go down towards the floor gently. With the next inhale, flow the arms overhead, nice long spine. Keep the length of the spine, and as you exhale, swan dive. Pull the belly in, engage the core, and then slowly release the hands down to Uttanasana, standing forward bend. Inhale, place the hands below your knees, come halfway up to lengthen the spine even more. Keep this length as you fall forward, and then walk your hands to the front of the mat. Just we're going to come into downward dog. From downward dog, lower the knees down towards the floor. Let's move the hips to the heels, Balasana, and take a moment here into stretching the spine, taking the moment to contact again with the breath. Slow down the inhales and the exhales, please. And from child's pose, let's come to tabletop position. Move the knees slightly back, and then with the knees down, flex the elbows, lower the chest, find your way down towards the floor. Anyway, we're going to lie down on our bellies. So working on back muscle strength into Cobra Bhujangasana. So let's take a moment here with the elbows to the side, place the forehead to your hands, and just take a moment. Just breathing in and out before going up and down, working on our Cobra position. Back muscle strength is a must. We need to keep the spine supported, strong and stable. So with the feet together and the knees together, we're going to place the hands kind of close to your rib cage and the elbows glued to the side of your rib cage as well. So chin in. So when we come into Cobra, remember not to lift the chin. It's too much pressure for your neck. So keep your neck neutral. Means when we come up into Cobra, lift the head, lift the chest. You have to be looking down to your mat. Exhale, release it down with a deep in control exhalation. Work with your breath. Press the hips, engage those back muscles, move the chest, come into Cobra. And exhale, gently release your Cobra down. Press with the hips, inhale, engage those muscles. And slowly release, melt the chest down, forehead towards the floor. Keep the neck neutral, please. Inhale, activate and lift. Exhale, gently release it down. Inhale, lift. And exhale down. One more. Inhale, come into Cobra. Exhale down. Press the palms against the floor, lift the chest, lift the pelvis, move the hips, and let's all move down to child's pose to stretch the spine and to release tension in your lower back and middle back mainly. Just pause and breathe. Take your time. Hands by your knees, gentle press up to lift the head, lift the chest, drop the hips to one side and swing the legs to the front. So let's all move to the front of your mat. Take a moment here, farmer's pose, hugging your legs with your arms. A little more stretch now in the upper spine, middle back. And flatten the spine. Bring the elbows right under your shoulders. So not here, not back there, right under the shoulders for support. If this is too much for you, you can lower it all the way down. And we're going to work with lower abdomen strength of the core. So from here, we're going to straighten the legs forward, lower halfway down. Flex the knee, guide the thighs into the chest to stretch your lower back. Knees over the hips. Inhale, straighten the legs forward, engage the core, lower halfway down. Bend the knees, guide the thighs into the chest. Knees over the hips, straighten legs forward, exhale, lower down. Engage the core, thighs into the chest. Guide the knees over the hips, straighten the legs, exhale, lower halfway down or hover, and thighs into the chest, 2 more. Inhale, knees over the hips, and then straighten the legs and slowly lower, hover. Thighs into the chest, 1 more. Knees over the hips, straighten, engage. Lower, hover. Flex the knee into the chest, lower the feet down, and then scoot forward to release the head. Everything goes down. So your feet now are wide as your hips. Your arms are in T position. Take a moment here to rock your head from side to side. If you need to protect your head, use your blanket again. Place your blanket or towel under your neck. Arms in T position, palm facing up. Take a moment here. Relax the front of the shoulders. And we're going to now bring the arms down towards the floor by your hips. Palm facing down, chin slightly tucked in. Let's come into Viparapita, bridge or desk pose. So slowly pick up the pelvis, lower back, middle back, come into the high bridge. Exhale, lower the bridge halfway down. Don't drop all the way down. Now inhale, with the next inhale, move the pelvis high bridge. And then slowly all the way the bridge goes down now. Lower back all the way down towards the floor. Let's do this again. Inhale, come into the high bridge. Drop the bridge halfway down. Inhale, lift the bridge high again. Now the bridge goes down all the way down towards the mat. Again, inhale, lift your bridge high. Lower, drop halfway down. Inhale, lift, and all the way down, 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 down. 1 more round. Inhale, bridge high as far as you can. Drop the bridge halfway down. Engage and inhale, lift the bridge and drop the bridge down slowly, 1 verb at a time. Let's release lower back, counterbalancing the back bend. Hands to your knees, flex the elbow thighs into the chest, and inhale away. Exhale into the chest and away. Just keep moving. Few rounds like this to release any tightness or tension in your lumbar spine. Couple more rounds, please. And then guide the thighs and knees away. So keep the big toes touching, and let's open the knees out and bring the thighs and the knees in. Exhale to open. Inhale to close. Exhale to open. Inhale to close. 1 more time. Now bring the thighs and the knees together, and let's make circles with the knees going in 1 direction. Let's massage the lower back. Go in 1 direction first and going into the opposite direction. Back through center, feet down. Let's come into a bridge again to make sure the spine is in line. And then gently release it down towards the floor. Arms in T position, palm facing down. Pick up the feet off the mat into the 90-degree. Let's come into Jatara Paravriti, twisting gently to the left as you exhale, and just hold in position. Pick up the head and turn it over to your right, and just stay in your twist as you concentrate on the breath. and engaging the core, slowly back to center and twisting to the right. Back to center. Lower the right foot down. Place the left foot on top of your right thigh. IT band stretch. Will never let that out. So with your left foot on top of your right thigh, let's reach, pick up the right foot off the mat and place both hands holding from the back of your right leg and the hamstring or from the shin of your right leg. So now the stretch should be felt on the outside of your left hip. Close your eyes and just breathe here with this IT band stretch. That to me at least always feels super yummy. And release. Left foot down, right foot on top of your left thigh. Holding with both hands from the back of your left leg, of the shin, eyes closed. Just breathe through this. And release. And let's come into the full happy baby. Separate the legs slightly so you can, and with the knees bent, you can hold from either both of your feet, the outside of the feet, or the outside of your leg. The key here is try to keep the lower back as flat as you can towards the mat, chin slightly tucked in. And just feel the opening again on the back line of your legs. The spine is flat. Soften the inner thighs, the inner groin, the pelvic floor. Take a deep inhale. Release the feet, and with the feet wide as they are, lower the feet wide as your mat. Arms in T position. Let's do some windshield wiper movement again here. To release, to mobilize the hips, rocking the head into the opposite direction where your legs are going. Relax the front of your shoulders, your chest. And then slowly return back to center. Hug yourself. Bring the thighs close to your chest. Stretch your lower back one more time. Inhale, it feels right for your neck. Lift the head off the mat, forehead to your knees. And exhale, release the head down. Lower the feet down towards the floor and then straighten your right leg as you place the right foot in the outside, the corner of the right, on the mat on the right. And then bring the left foot to the left corner of your mat. Arms away of your body with the palms facing up. And you are now on your Shavasana pose. This is your last pose. For some of us, it could be a very challenging pose because we feel we're not doing anything, but we are. We're doing the most important thing here, giving the body the chance to receive the benefits of the practice. Giving the chance here to your mind to just slow down and be still. Eyes closed. As you are lying down here, please bring the attention to the back of your head. Be aware of the back of your head in touch with the floor. Now bring the attention to the gentle curvature of your cervical spine, not touching the ground. The back of your shoulders, the back of your arms, the back of your upper spine and middle back, all that is in touch with the floor. Lumbar spine has a gentle curvature. And then the back of the hips, the glutes, the hamstrings are gently touching the floor. There is a gentle curvature again on the back of both knees. And then the calf muscles are gently placed, touching your mat. The last curvature is in the back of your ankles, but your heels are in touch with the floor. And just be aware of the entire length of your body, the back line of your body. With those parts touching your mat and those parts that are not in touch with the floor. Then direct your attention to the top of your toes, front of the feet, ankles, shins, knees, thighs, front of the pelvis, hips, abdomen, rib cage, chest, the anterior part of your arms, palms, fingers, the throat, and the entire face, all the way up to the crown chakra. Front of your body, right and left, it feels like it's melting down. You're letting go. You're surrendering into a full and deep relaxation. Now slowly, please bring the awareness back to your body. As you just deepen the breath, gently rock your head from side to side. Wiggle toes, wiggle fingers, bring some movement, gentle movement to the body. And with your next inhalation, please bring the arms overhead, pointing the toes, reaching through the fingertips, growing taller. And as you exhale, gently bend the knees, hug yourself, give yourself a nice hug. Stretch your lower back one more time. Rolling over to one side in fetal position. Take a moment, please. Move slowly, move gently. And the head comes last. Let's all sit together, taking your time in a comfortable seated position. If you need to sit in a chair, sit in a chair. or use your blanket or towel or cushion to elevate those hips. Placing the hands to your thighs. Just take your time to really be comfortable as we sit together with the eyes closed or eyes partially closed, facing towards the floor. Muscles of the face are soft and so are your lips. Let's bring the attention again to the beginning of the practice, at the beginning of the session, where we picked one specific part of the body where we can focus our attention with the breath. It could be your nostrils, your throat. It could be the chest or the belly. And it can even be the spine that grows with every inhalation, and with every exhalation, the spine softens. Take your time. Watch your breath. Slow down. Inviting the hands together one more time to the heart center in Anjali Mudra. I'm taking the time here to be aware of the body after this hour together. How the body feels at the end of the session. Let's take the moment to notice the mind, especially after the last 10 minutes in Shavasana, and then focusing just on the breath. As the mind feels calmer, at ease, and more peaceful. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. We're asking for peace, peace, and more perfect peace. We are asking for peace within ourselves, in our minds and our hearts. We are asking for peace, peace, and more perfect peace with our relationships. And especially asking for peace, peace, and more perfect peace in our world. We thank you all very much for being here today practicing yoga. Namaskaram. Thank you.